This is another in a series of Microsoft Office training clips.
Navigation and selection techniques in Microsoft Excel. This is a global presentation. Therefore, it addresses both versions, Microsoft Excel 2007 and Microsoft Excel version 2003. This is a spreadsheet that documents information about employees, including their first name, last name, division, department hours, pay rate, gross pay, month of hire, and security rating. The security rating column includes icon sets based on a conditional format concerning values 1, 2, or 3. There are a number of easy ways to quickly navigate through a contiguous range of cells in Microsoft Excel. The slow way is to scroll. If I spin my mouse wheel down or use the scroll column, I can see that there are several rows of data. If my objective is to get to the last row that contains any data, I find this to be a tad painful. If I want to move to the last cell that contains any data in column A, I can do so by holding down the Control key and hitting the down arrow. I'm in row 472. If I hold down the Control key and hit the up arrow, I go back to A1. So the Control and arrow keys can move me around a contiguous range of cells. Control down arrow, Control right arrow, Control up arrow, Control left arrow. Another way to navigate through a contiguous range of cells is to use the active cell indicator. The active cell indicator is that bold perimeter around the cell which is active. We know the active cell indicator is dynamic in that it allows for the fill handle. It allows for drag and drop to cut and paste. I just drag the edge of the cell. But it also allows for navigation. If I point to the bottom edge of the active cell indicator and double click, I move down to the last row within that column. Double click on the top and move to the top row. If I want to move across to the right, double click on the right edge, double click on the left edge. So double clicking on the active cell indicator will move me in the appropriate direction, either up, down, left, or right. If I want to select data in the spreadsheet, one way to select the data is to click and drag. If I hold down the mouse in A1 and start dragging down the cells, again, this is tedious and it is, oh man, inefficient. All right, check it out. If I want to select all the data, one way is to hold down the Control key and type the letter A. Because the active cell is within A1, notice the name box up here, shows cell A1. The data is selected from A1 to I-472. But what if I want to select just the first name and last name columns? Now clicking on the column letter selects the entire column, 65,536 rows. This must be an Excel 2003 format, because we have over 1 million rows in version 2007. And I may want to select cells that include null values or cells that don't have anything in them. So to grab just the first name and last name cells, if I select those two by just dragging A1 to B1, holding down the Shift and Control key together, type the down arrow one time, selected, first name and last name, 472 rows in the spreadsheet. Selecting non-adjacent cells, first name and last name, Shift Control down arrow. And their security rating, Control click on I1, Shift Control down arrow. So I've now selected non-adjacent ranges A1 to B472 and I1 to I472. And I'll click to deselect. Navigating and cell selection in Microsoft Excel. Have a great day.
Another Microsoft Office training opportunity. Brought to you by the Office Savant. DellInstitute.com